Hello everyone. Finally back to doing the regular stream. Had a really good chat last Friday with Chris Condren, former CTO of EventStoreDB, and we discussed some fun stuff. But let's get back into this little application. So sorry there wasn't much of this streaming last week. A very busy week. So our application is, again, for making an open spaces app. Doing this very thoroughly, kind of taking time to explain stuff. I've changed the banner below. You can now get the book to understand event sourcing better, and also includes event modeling in it as well. So there's the LeanPub link posting here. So event modeling 1L and event sourcing down below. Now in the top 200 books ever sold on there, so number 170 or something, 160. I don't know. It's doing quite well. It's no longer the number 1 seller this week, so I'm sure it'll pop up there. I think it dropped down to number 6 or something, but anyway, it is now being adopted by a lot of different places now. Some places in academia are doing that. Oh, I'm getting a delivery. Perfect timing. 1 second. Let them up and deliver something. Anyway. Yeah. So yeah, really amazing to see the adoption of that. And I think the universities and colleges that want to buy the book, they're obviously buying the physical copy on Amazon. So if you search for event modeling, all one word with 1L, it'll point you to that book. So get a physical copy anyway there. So it'll explain everything I'm doing here and why we kind of lay things out like this. This is really just a walk through the system with data examples of how we name our open space, how we set the dates, add rooms, add time slots, get a sign up URL for the participants, because that's so far we've been looking at the organizer, setting up the whole thing. Get some IDs. We made a processor just to show how backend processing works. Unnecessarily complicated it just to exercise some of the patterns of development here. And then of course we got to actually clicking a link on the actual, scanning the URL or clicking the link for a new conference that's been made. And then we got to this participant part here. So these are all the participants. As they scan the QR code or put in the link, they can actually now register themselves for this. So we kind of got to this point where we are registering things, and we got to the failure part. I'm not sure actually if we finished that or not, but let's test out the application and see how that goes. So if I take a look at our structure here, we have the actual event stream of all these things being added, etc. We want to do some cleanup of these events. Notice that I'm actually putting some of the data into the names of the events, which is an interesting thing to do for just playing around. Again, if you're using a proper event store, not just files on the file system, you probably would do something else. And yeah, so hopefully that makes sense. I'm just going to double check if we're actually live on YouTube, because usually I get a notification that I'm live. Oh, there it is. Oh, okay, it looks like it's there. So anyway, if you want to give me a question about what I'm doing, or question about event modeling, event sourcing, anything to do with those topics, feel free to do so on Discord. There's a live stream channel there. Also on Twitch, YouTube, LinkedIn, and X, or Twitter as it used to be called. So as soon as Blue Sky and other platforms are available, I'll do that. I set up a TikTok account, but I can't seem to link it with Restream yet. I'll try again maybe next time. I don't have much time today. I probably got another like 40 minutes of just maybe trying to get through this. You know, to be able to register properly and then get to topic suggestions. I think this one, yeah, we were just testing whether the registration's closed. I'm not sure if we tested this, so let's go through that. So we added another participant. So we have our main participant, and then we kind of have another participant that kind of does things in a different way, I guess. Anyway, we just wanted to show some examples. So we have swim lanes for 2 participants, and we have another swim lane down below for the systems operator. So if they can like see what conferences exist, etc., kind of like an admin dashboard. So that's why we have 4 swim lanes here for the different, 4 different users. We kind of want to have 2 participants because I think we want to show voting and how that works for topics, because we're going to vote for topics here. Again, this registration stuff, we want to extend these arrows because these are part of this. And this is all still part of, what is this part here? That's the entire setup still. It's no longer the setup. I think once we're done, yeah, I think there's a registrant portal management. I think as soon as we start looking at like the participants registering, I think we're kind of done with the setup. We can move this arrow back. So we kind of mark the workflows with these blue arrows to show what's going on at a glance. You can really quickly see what's going on. And so yeah, let's fix this. I marked this in yellow because that's the one that I'm working on right now, and I guess I'm not satisfied that it was finished. But let's just run the application. Again, our tests pass, so we have all our unit tests here. Again, they're instantaneous. We have no mocks, nothing like that. And event sourcing testing is automated testing is incredibly easy. If you love testing or anything to do with that kind of approach to developing software, there's really no reason for you not to be doing event sourcing, at least for regular information systems. So let's run the app. Oh, interesting. So I had this. I think I was actually trying to demo this at a presentation. I think I committed some bad code here, which is really weird. Throw error, out events unhandled error. So yeah, so obviously this is a typo. I deleted the word R. I just don't know where I introduced that problem. So let's just see where that is. Throw error. So if we go to, let me just get rid of some of these things. I need to see the, okay. I don't need to see the CSS. There's the app. I don't need to see this event either. Okay, and let's make this smaller. We'll find, and here we want throw, and it's error. I believe no results. Unhandled error event. Throw error. EAD address. So that's, sorry, that's not a typo. Something else. What is going on here? Am I already running this somewhere? Hmm. Oh, why is Node running? Oh, because it's, you know why it's running is because Node runs a lot of stuff these days. Cursor, obviously. Look at all these extensions running here. Cursor AI. Yeah, Discord, weird. So yeah, I don't understand what this the first time I'm seeing this error, so I'm not sure if I just did I use a different EAD error address in use. System call listen, port 302. So what's listening on port 3002? I think there's something still running on port 0032. So what's using port 3002 trying to run Node? And I had this problem on another computer. Cursor. So is that running somewhere already? What am I running? Adapt text site, machine, big tunnel, banner. Can I run on a different port? I just want to see if this is if I'm chasing a red herring here. Get rid of that, and let's go up here and just run it on 303. I don't know why it would be still running. Cursor. TCP. Yeah, that's odd. Why is that strange? Okay, so there must be some sort of a bug that I introduced into the test runner. I'm trying to run 2 of these applications at once or something. I'm thinking it's where did I introduce? So that, see, I changed the port number and it's still giving me a problem. Address already in use. So well, I can do a diff to the previous. I guess I could do a diff to the previous one. Shoot. I didn't know that it was going to be such a bad stream because of this error. So, get diff add, and we want to do the previous one. So, okay, that's just functionality. Do we have any weird stuff? No, not really. Did my previous QA thing... Let's check out the previous one. Git checkout, and we just go to the previous commit and try to do node. Okay, so it must be the node version. Because I think I was using 22. This is 23.1 now. Let me do the previous one. still the same problem. NVM use to NVM install use to no, what the? Okay, that's a very strange. Were we running at the start tag? Git checkout start -3. Okay, so I had this on another computer too, so something's weird on the runtime. Maybe it's node modules. NVM use latest. Okay, reinstall node modules. Sure. Okay, np. Okay, npm audit express. Oh, there's a new express thing? Okay. Okay, so now what do I do? Git diff 4212. That's all it did? Is that the latest? I don't think so. Okay. Yeah, install. Still an issue. Address already in use. Who the hell is using it? Is there another cursor? Main setup, main.js, static site, scripts, event modeling. Why do I have two of these? That one. That's the podcast, okay. Well, I'll probably kill some of these, see if so one of those running Node for some reason. Okay, well, sorry about wasting your time. I don't want this. Git checkout f QA node app tests. So okay, that's fine. That runs. This runs. Okay, so I think we can go to the, what do we have as our last thing to test here? Let's take a look. IO. Actually, I gotta double check whether there's any questions coming in from anyone. Nothing yet. Okay. So let's go to join conference. And that's gone to the wrong thing, of course. I just clicked on that. And we gotta go back to this. And back. Now, why did I actually, what happened here? Conference name, history. Oh, that's just getting the conference name. So I was just worried that something is resubmitted, but it's not. Okay, good. That's working. I got the right thing here. Why do we break? Oh, we broke. For a reason, just go to join conference. So let's pretend we're a user. We should get a registration code. Join conference. Let's just go here. Welcome to that. Let's say Bob. Mr. Registration is closed. Okay, so that is correct. So why is this not finished? Because if we delete this, registration is not closed. Go back here and be Bob. It says thank you for registering. So Bob made it in. Notice that I'm making these names kind of give you some of the data, the file names. So even if you look inside, you can see that its name is Bob, and then the registration ID is there, and the conference ID is there. Could probably do a truncated version of those IDs just to make a reasonably long file name instead of these really long ones. Anyway, that's it for that. So I guess it works. Thank you for registering. And now continue. We go to sessions, which we don't have yet because that is where we look on here. Shrink this. We don't have much of this anymore. It's to be reasonable size, and actually look at it right now. Look at anything except this. So we kind of looked at this being correct and showing the registration is closed. And the next thing that we wanted to do after a registration that is correct. So we have participant registration failure because it's closed. And here we have registered participant. So this participant here hit register and we got that. So we got this. So this is done. But I don't think we marked this as done, but it is. It's very strange. Okay, let's make this done. We had that problem. It's not in progress. This is actually finished. Now I'm gonna have to run in half an hour, so let's see if we can get another slice in. So in this case, we have Adam, and that is done. And again, we have these layers for tracking. Oh, shoot. We have these layers for tracking status in here. This will allow me to like expand it. So yeah, so we have communication. There's the event model itself, which can turn off and on. And there's the progress, which can turn off and on. So here, the progress, I'm done, so I have to change the color of this thing. So we gotta go look our style, and we want to move that to be green, apply, and we want the text to be green. like so. And that means we are done. And now we want to commit that. So we're still running, but we can stop running. And we track the progress in a separate branch. So this diagram is actually in a different branch, and we have that branch in another work directory. So I think it's cd design and finished version slice. Okay, finished. Yeah, because this was part of the register slice. So finished failure due to closed registration on register slice. Something like that. Okay, so that, oh, actually that didn't do anything because this thing, it only saves on losing focus to another tab, not the terminal. It's bizarre. This draw.io extension doesn't behave like a code editor, so I gotta click away, and now it actually has that. And in fact, that's gonna, yeah, it's bad because it's got two commits of the same message, but people will know what I wanted to do, I think. Anyway, the latest one's in there, so it doesn't matter. So that's done. That's done. So what do we do next? Do we have enough? Okay, so now once we go to and successfully register, so this person here gets a thank you, and we get to do that. And then when they go to continue, they should end up on this, submitting your talk, right? Topic suggestion. So really once this once this goes through, we should be able to go, and I think what we need to do is make sure that we have a registration ID in the URL so that people can't just go to this URL and start suggesting topics, right? You have to kind of, once you register, you're using your registration URL, kind of keep going. I know we should probably do like cookies or something else so that if someone, you know, closes their browser tabs or whatever, but I think in history you can see, yeah, you'll have your URL, which will have the registration, so that's fine. That'll work for this version. Obviously, for, you know, a real piece of software, we'll refactor all this to be something else. So, so we have this this registration has this ID. So I think we just have to have the registration as part of the query string. I don't want to have it as part of the URL. I kind of don't like that it's sitting here like that. I'm not actually sure if we implemented it like this, but let's correct this so that it's something that, you know, you'd most likely see thanks, and then you would have like at, or what is it, that question mark, reg ID equals, right, something like that. And wrong, where's our layers? So our layers, I want to be on the event model, and here I want to stretch this out a bit so it shows the whole thing. And yeah, let's just copy this whole thing. Just copy the whole object, not just copy that. Let's turn off the progress for now. It's going to be on here, and the topic suggestion will be put it here, and We want to make sure that this is up here, paste here. But oops, wrong thing. So this would be, I guess, sessions. Yeah, a bad name for this, because session is kind of like your registration session or like your browsing session. But it's also like a mixed word for like a topic. I want a session on this topic. So if I'm at this conference, I'm gonna make a session on, I don't know, security or something. So what do we call this URL? It's registration thanks, but now we just have topic suggestion, right? And so this menu is not correct either. So I'm gonna have to change this menu. So we have topic suggestion. And so this is actually wrong. This is, well, yeah, we just have to rename it, because then we vote, we see the sessions. And of course, we have this bug here, so submit your session proposal. Here we want this to, session or suggestions. I think it's better. And when you vote, you see them all. Currently, I'm going to assume that you're going to suggest something unique, and you're not going to be worried about duplicates. We'll add that, I think, later to the organizer screen, where people can kind of remove topics, and we might actually get into some interesting, real nice features where someone can say that the organizer, moved your session to be part of someone else's sessions because the topics were very similar. So we're just going to run one time slot for this, where both of you can kind of facilitate that particular thing. So still, yeah, don't like this sessions thing. I think it's suggestions. Or just suggest. No, let's just keep it as is. We are I think the reason we wanted sessions here is because you can see the ones that you have that have been proposed, and you can add your own. I think that's what it was. So I don't know. See, current sessions, I think we have this suggest another. So it goes between these two things, but it's okay. So this topic suggestion is part of this menu item. I think if you hit this menu item, we haven't really addressed the navigation in here, but if you hit this menu item, I think you'd go to the sessions, and then you can go and suggest another from here, and it'll get you to this topic suggestion screen. So it's one of these things where the URL isn't represented on your menu, which I think is fine. So, okay. So if we agree that we have this, and here we have a URL that's a little too long now. let's copy this and paste it here, so that when we have a topic suggested, we have a URL for sessions here. And I guess if you're not registered, you shouldn't be able to just go to a random one here. So your URL is really kind of like your token anyway. So that's that. And if you're thinking like, oh, someone can just run, you know, something that tries to hit every single GUID, first of all, good luck. Too many possibilities, but B, I think something like fail to ban will ban your IP. So if I run that on the server and someone's trying to brute force something like this, then yeah, it'll just block them. So I don't need to worry about that. Anyway, this is a trusted environment, like we said. So now we have like sessions here, which is good. So adding these URLs, I think, is helpful for people trying to implement this. Let's just see if our design is correct. So if we have someone that has this registration, my name is already here. So this is wrong. This will be populated by the screen here. So style, background, we want this to actually be, oops, there's our ugly green there. That's our ugly green. That means this is coming from somewhere. And this is coming, where did we go? Why did I end up here? This draw.io is weird. Okay. So yeah, this information is actually populating this name here, right? That's kind of how I like to show what, you know, the previous things kind of populate. And then what do we need to supply? We need to supply, well, the date, whatever. The topic is what we have, the author. This is redundant because I can change my name. So I think we don't need the author. What we need is the reg ID. And that would be from here. So in our system, we kind of know who submitted this because we can always look back to the registration of who that was. Actually, and that should actually have the same thing. So, oh wow, why is that? That ugly color, Control Shift V. Nope. Topic type suggestion. Okay, this is the event type, which is not submit topic. Okay, so the type we have is, that's something that we were talking about. Like if you, we might leave it out for here, but there's like different types of things. Like if you want to facilitate a talk that's that you're presenting, you can say presenter. If you want to just open it up to the attendees to kind of discuss in like a fishbowl style discussion, you can do that. So I think we're just going to get rid of it just to not have to explain that all the time. So there's the topic. I guess it can be like as long as you want. So it's just one text field, and facilitation is kind of suggestion and not presenting. Let's keep it in there. And And let's just keep it as a freeform field. So you can say that, you know, we could make it a drop down for different types. So like, yeah, I think I can just Control Z this. Oops. And redo. Whatever. Let's retype it. Lost in the undo tree. Yeah, so just put type suggestion. And let's just make that a text field. I don't want this to be a drop down. And so, yeah, if we hit skip, we could go to ugly. The ugly. Better. Suggest another. Why is this up here? What were we doing here? Oh, I see. This is the facilitator. Oh yeah, the closed registration goes to sessions. So here's another conundrum, is that we kind of don't have a registration for the organizer, and we want to filter out by URL these organizers. But we're not on that yet. And also, if the organizer shouldn't have this suggest another. I'm wondering if you could look for conference ID. I think that's what we do. So sessions, we could pass in one of two things in here. And I think this is a good solution to the problem, is that here we could do conf ID. And where's our conf ID? I think it's this 1123. Yeah, this guy here. So that'll kind of give us a read-only view into a lot of stuff, because only registrants will be able to do that. And I think we might have to do something else for the admins to be able to do some of the other things further on. So I think this should, okay, that's weird. Background is done like that, whatever. But what's going to be interesting is that we don't have a suggest another. Here we're going to have other things. And I was actually thinking about this, that for now this is fine. If we're in a trusted environment, we're going to be able to kind of maybe we just claim a token here when we. So if the registration is open, I'm wondering if that's when you can't suggest topics. And we wait for everyone to register first. And then we can suggest topics once the registration is closed. And that might be a point at which the organizer has their own edit screen, and they will get an ID that is that's private for them. So the interesting thing here is that we skipped the processor for generating these IDs for registration. We did that here just to show how processors are done in event modeling and event sourcing. And yeah, so that's that. So I think we have it organized in a way. One of the things that, okay, so we're going to be working on this slice. So let's go back to the progress, and let's add the fact that I'll be working on this. I don't think I've completely designed this correctly yet, but I think it's a good start, and we can kind of introduce troubleshooting and redesign as part of our stuff. Registrations is done here. So this is actually finished. We're using it in this slice here. And I actually need to show one more step because this isn't filled out by default. We want to show a default state, and that's kind of a way to show this not being a slice you charge for. Because it's already done and it's kind of, yeah, so this registration piece is not, yeah, so this is really not done because this is also used on this other screen. I'm just going to ignore that for now, but yeah, this piece is here, and we're kind of reusing this. So we might actually make another read model because this is the registrations for the thank you. I kind of want to kind of go away from reusing these green boxes for different purposes. So I really want to have a registration. So we do actually have another slice. It may be free because it's probably going to be really dumb. But we will copy the previous implementation, and it's not really going to have any tests. But let's just go out here and give ourselves some more room for this piece. So if I just select, we're on the progress part. So let's just go to the event model. And now let's just select these. I think I have to encapsulate them all. Okay, so yeah, I forget. Miro, you can barely touch something and it selects it. Here you have to actually put it across. So yeah, we have all the things that we want selected except this one. So shift click this guy. And now we can move things to the right and give ourselves space for, one more slice here. Okay. I shouldn't have moved the top thing here, but that's okay. I can just extend it back. Shift here. Topic suggestions, and we're good to go. Okay, and this, I kind of want to make sure it floats over that. That's better. And here, what we want is this to be copied, including the URL. Okay, copy that and put it here. And what I want to do is basically not have anything in here because this is the default way the page will look, and this is important for handing this off to development to build stuff with it, right? So they know what's actually being populated. Like this actually is here. It's actually kind of too close to that. And this is the information coming here. So we know that it actually comes in here. And we don't want these to be filled in because we're not submitting anything yet. This is just the form, how it, shows by default. And God, that's annoying. Let's just move this over here. Still kind of crooked. Yeah, so here we have this, and that's kind of hiding behind everything. So we have to arrange and bring front. And that's fine. Move it a little bit. Is very weird behavior. Okay, whatever. These arrows really suck. Maybe like that. Okay, can I move this around now and it won't do anything stupid? Okay, that's good. And maybe this too. These arrows are weird. Okay. And then, yeah, so there's nothing you have to do to say that, oh, now I'm going to here. I mean, I guess you could do something like that. And of course, we don't have the right arrow. Oops. We don't have the right arrow type. We have to go here. Style. As default. And I think now if we do that, it will. So you could, I usually don't have these arrows in here. Just say that we're just moving over. You know, the time progresses. This is what they see first, and they fill out the information. So this just shows that this is information being submitted along the way. I could say that, you know, I really need this as well in here. And that's going to be part of the submitted info. Right, because I have the registration ID in here. So and if I have hidden fields, I normally wouldn't have them in here. So yeah. So I'm gonna leave it at that. If you want to do this registration as an exercise, feel free to attempt coding yourself and just see how you feel about it. But right now, let me just take the style here, and the background color for that will be this blue that we use for inputs, right? Why? Oh, that's not blue. Why is that not? I don't understand why it wasn't in the history there, but okay. So we have that color. Okay, so now that blue part says, okay, we're taking this as, yeah, I could unhighlight the rest of this, I'm guessing, to show that that's really already been populated from just migrating here. The background color would be white. So now we're just interested in that. And yeah. So this is kind of, first of all, we do this, and this is registrations. This might be registration, name by registration. We're going to do that name. Name by registration or suggestions. Okay, so in here, we actually don't need the conference ID. We just need the registration ID. I don't know why we call it session ID, but registration ID. And that's all we need to look up the name, because that's how we populate that. And this will have its own function that'll scour the events for whatever. Essentially, we're going to be copy pasting the previous one we did and just gouging out that extra field because we don't care. Yeah, that's that. So here we can go to the progress. We can copy this, paste that in. And just move it up a bit and then shove it over. And shrink it down. Then we want to make sure that it's in progress. And then we want to make sure that progress yellow on here. And then of course on the text, progress yellow as well. And then if we haven't done that yet, we can copy paste this and just move it up here. And that means we're working on this part. I thought I'd be able to do this today, but just got lots of work. I got to jump off this now and continue with my day. And hopefully by tomorrow I'll be done most of my tasks and we can do another stream. So sorry, just a little bit busy these days. So I'll be working on these two slices to basically provide a screen for people to do topic suggestions, and hoping to do a longer stream this week to really like bulldoze our way through quite a few of these, and code all the way through to running a little conference. Then do some cleanup, add some needed features, and go from there. So again, thanks for joining. There wasn't any questions. Oh, Yurtis joined. Hello, Yurtis. I got a question from you, Yurtis, from the weekend. I was just extremely busy, so I'll get back to you on that topic at some point tomorrow, I think, when I can breathe. But I wanted to make sure to do the stream just so we continue to make progress here and people understand that we're doing this stuff. So let me commit this now, and yeah. Oh, okay. So here, yeah. So sorry, Yurtis. You guys. I just noticed the chat now. Sorry. I should have said hi earlier. All right. So let me just save the updates to our event model to have these marked as in progress, and starting on topic suggestion. So that's what we'll do. Yeah, that's all we have for today, unfortunately. And tomorrow, hopefully do some more if I've done most of my work. So thanks for joining. See you next time. Take care.